All right, so in this video, I'm kind of showing people an idea, a concept of how to take small trades, small scalps in the direction of the overall trend of the market, and how you can use higher time frame charts to basically determine what direction you should be scalping in. Now, don't think about this as like an overall guide. I want people to kind of take this concept and tweak it and make it their own, right? On this, you'll see me on my 3 Renko chart, you'll see me using Q line. You don't have to use Q line, you can use Q wave, any of the scalping techniques on the smaller time frame, but use the higher time frames that you'll see on the right as your confluence of direction, right? And you're never going to trade against those. And this is kind of a really good habit to get into. For me, it's like, you know, if we just hit a major pivot on the day and we're trending up, right? I'm not going to try to short that almost ever. I'm always pretty much taking scalps in that direction. But it's sometimes hard to see that when you're first new to trading. So my goal here is kind of to, if that's you, if that's, you know, you're having a hard time and you just find yourself constantly, you know, trying to short an uptrend or, you know, long a downtrend, right? And you're just taking these small losses over and over and over and over again. Hopefully this video should help you iron out some of those issues. So let's just jump right into it. And so this is actually a pretty simple setup. And I'm experimenting doing this with the Q Pro and the Money Ball right now. And I'm trying to run back testing results to see which one's the best. But long story short, we're using what you see on the right as basically confluences or filters. Think about these as filters, right? And all my trades are going to happen on this chart here. So I can go over, this is an 89 Renko up here in the middle right here. This is a 24 Renko. This is a 9 Renko, and this is a 3 Renko on NQ. So the way that this works is that I basically want one of these two right here to be whatever direction I want to trade in. So if I'm looking to take longs or shorts, one of these has to align with that. If these are both red, right, and this is green and this is green, I'm not taking a long because it's going against the overall bigger trends. I'm just not doing it. So one of these two has to be in that going the direction you want to go, right? And we're going to kind of use this as a filter right now. So it's like, let's see, a Wednesday market open, we start turning green. So this is all green right here. So this chart's green. We're just going to go ahead and mark it with a let's see, I can mark it with a pen tool. Yeah, I can mark it with. So this one's green right now at about 6 a.m. Now, if you come down here, it is also still green, but it did have like a little bit of chop, but overall this is started to flip green at 9:32, but I'm not going to count it because it was still red and we're kind of against. So I'm going to kind of just mark this one as being red. This one is the 9 filter. So you can see this is green. It tried to flip red here, but it didn't quite do it. So this whole section right here is green, right? So we have 2 greens, and this is your main filter. You're never going to trade against this filter here. That's kind of the concept, is like you're never going to trade against the 9. So because this is green from here to here, right? We're only looking for longs in this section here. And we come over here, this is the 3 traditional Renko, and all I have turned on is the Q line. And the Q line just allows me to see like when we're actually flipping and stuff. Keep in mind, I'm not looking to take a trade till after 9:30, which is about this zone. And the reason I have this orange box, orange box here, is because a lot of times we trade back into that 5-minute 8 a.m. candle. And if you look from here, this is like pretty much from 8 a.m. to 8:05. So that is that 8 a.m. 5-minute candle. What do? We literally open up, we move back into that 5-minute candle before taking off. Now, when the ribbon flip actually happens is on this block right here. And so this right here would be my entry to take a long And then I would probably just stay in it until we get a ribbon flip like right here. Or, you know, you could actually be looking for, you know, bigger moves in the morning, right? So you can be looking for, you know, a 50-point move. And that's one of those things that I like to do is maybe risk 15 for 50. So risk 15 points here, 15 points to make 50. Yeah, so that's right in that range. And that is a good scalp right there. I mean, that's a really nice big move, right? And so the same thing here, we're not going to be looking to take shorts. You know, the other thing is like, once we've already made the move and we're extended, right? Again, I'm still just looking for longs, right? So I'm not looking to trade this first pullback, right? I'm not looking to trade these little pullbacks, but keep in mind, again, it's like if you keep your stops big enough, right? So that we're still green up here this whole entire day, pretty much, right? We're starting to flip red maybe, or no, let's just say we are in green and this territory here. So now we have like 2 greens here at this point right here, right? We're basically green, and this one we are still green in this zone right here. So even though we're getting a little bit of chop here, right? Could we then be looking for another trade setup here? Potentially. We're seeing consolidation, right? We're seeing a double bottom. Once we get into this territory right here, we could actually be looking for a smaller scalp. Now we just had a big move play out. So this typically will be a smaller move, smaller push. So, you know, maybe be looking for 10 points here. So if I go like this and I go like this, I bet you anything. Yeah, so that's like a 10-point move. Would capitalize on it. You'd have a tighter stop for sure. You know, you don't want to be risking 10 for you know, 15. So maybe a 10-10, a break even trade. You could even technically go up to like 7 and have a quick scalp. But you know, we do have that little bit of resistance, so you might want to wait till we close right above that to try to scalp something like that. Again, now we have this pullback, and you can see the pullback on the green. We're never trading against this, so we're not trading this pullback with this strategy. We're only trying to trade, and this filter right here. This filter is crucial, right? So now I'm not looking to take a short until we start to see a flip, right? And we see the flip complete right here. So we see the flip complete right on this candle right there. And so now I am looking for potential shorts. But let's see if we have enough red on here. The problem is we don't have a flip here either, right? So we're green here right now. We are green here and we are red here. So basically, I'm not taking any shorts here. I'm only going to be looking for long. So I'm not going to trade against these 2 upper trends. So I'm not taking any of these shorts, even though this is a big move down. My strategy is that I'm not going to take it because I don't want to trade against either one of these trends here. And I'm using the 9 as my filter. So once we come to this candle right here, I potentially am looking for another long, because now we flip back green on the 9s, and we could potentially scalp out another 10 points here. Let's see if we can scalp a 10-point move here. Yeah, easily a 10-point move, and risk very little on that scalp. Probably it's about 7. That actually might get stopped out. You might have to do like a 1-to-1 on that trade. So this is one of these ideas that I've been messing around with. I've had actually fairly decent results with it. I'm still tweaking it, but this is the overall idea, is that I want to use these 2 as like these 3 as filters, and only scalp in the direction that these filters are going to approve. So one of these 2, this one has to be in that direction. and then I can initiate the trades off of this chart here. That's it. I mean, that's pretty much the basis of it. And I'm going to play around with it, instead of using the ribbons, maybe trying to use the money ball. I'll play around with, maybe trying to use the Q line over here and over here. The problem with the Q line is it flips too quickly. And like, so I found that like you can get a lot of false breakouts. And maybe I could adjust the settings. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for people to see, hey, this is going to, that we have these three confluences. And what I'm going to work on is like, maybe instead of just you having to look at the ribbons, that depending on what direction these ribbons are, have something actually like pop up on the screen, like a big G, right? Big green G or a big red R. And that way at a glance, you can be like, you can see, oh, green, 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 right? And then you know that you should only be looking for greens over here, and vice versa. So that's kind of the basis of this trading idea. Now, remember, I want people to take this and make it their own, right? You can copy my settings exactly, but everybody's kind of scalping a little bit differently. So maybe, instead of using a 3 Renko, you're using a 4 Renko and you're using Q wave and you like scalping on that. But what I would suggest is that you kind of take the overall concept and see how you like it. So, where you might be using Q wave to take scalps, right? Incorporating the 2 larger time frames, the medium time frame, and then you have your smaller time frame. You're taking scalps on your smaller time frame. The medium time frame is what you're using to trade with, basically. You're not going to trade against the direction of the medium time frame ever, right? And the medium time frame has to be in the same direction of at least one of the 2 larger time frames. That's it. That's the whole concept. You can do this on Renko charts. You can do this on candle charts. It doesn't really matter. What this will do is help people not try to catch a falling knife. Number one, it keeps you away from doing that, but it also keeps you out of a lot of chop, right? Where we're actually trying to switch directions, but haven't fully switched the directions yet, or where the market's being undecided in what direction it wants to trend. And yeah, with this type of strategy, especially depending on how large your time frames are on the medium size and the larger time frames, that you could find yourself days where you might have only been able to take 1, maybe 2 trades and then sit on your hands for the rest of the day because now none of the charts are aligning. And that's totally fine. That's what trading is a lot of times. A lot of times it's just you take your trades that are there and then later on in the day, they're not there, and that's it. And that's all you can do. But hopefully this helps a lot of people, hopefully, that are having a hard time trading, with the trend. Hopefully this helps people identify the trend and how not to trade against it. If you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you guys sign up for the giveaway down in the description below. We're giving away evaluation accounts and a Yeti cooler. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.